What's up, everybody? It's Cheyenne, aka the Lunar Priest, reporting live on some career, finances, Capricornian medicine readings. Get ready, get your tea, choose your deck. As you saw from the thumbnail, is going to be the style of this video. So I'm shuffling up the cards right now and we're gonna hop right into the readings. And if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me to continue making content, which is my favorite thing to do. So with that, let's get right into these readings. Okay, starting off with deck 1. Calling in all the ancestors and guides that are in the highest and best alignment of everyone who chose deck 1. So we're going to be going through the career and finances of your 2022 year. So to start, we have some tarot: Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Okay, so we'll start here. Right off the bat, obviously, we have an overload of pentacles. These were very well shuffled. And our top two are going to be court cards, or masters of the material realm, aka the pentacles. So then down here we have another Eight of Pentacles, which is our Sun in Virgo, work hard, keep going until you get it right, essentially, so that you can come into this Nine of Pentacles, happy home, happy life energy. So dialing in a little bit, I want to express that you are definitely mastering the material realm. The King of Pentacles is going to be the kind of person that can not only manage a work life and a schedule, but also make smart investments and choices with their finances and assets. So that is really good news. That doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be easy, but it's very likely that you will have a lot of teachings that happen right here in the material realm. A lot of things are going to be right out in the open. They won't be very intuitive, if you will. There will be a lot of evidence-based choices that you make, which is good news. So anytime that you're in a position to invest money, spend a larger amount, spend a smaller amount, start a savings, anything to do with managing money responsibly and moving money around, just do your research, and it should be pretty obvious. You probably aren't going to do anything too hectic with your money, if you will. Now, the Knight of Pentacles being next to it means that you could be waiting to make a choice. You might be waiting to move with the Nine of Pentacles on the other side. So that's all looking good. It's likely that if you are trying to make a big money move, whether it be something to do with your home or an investment, again, that stuff is going to come to fruition this year, but patience and cultivation are your key words here. So making sure that you aren't doing anything, again, hasty or out of your highest alignment. Make sure to keep that envisionment of how it could best be for your home life and for your material world. Take that into consideration before you make any choices. You don't have to do anything out of haste. In fact, the more you wait and study the map, the better of a hiker on the trail you'll be, with the Knight of Pentacles being here. So lots and lots and lots of material stuff for you. It's likely that earth signs are going to come into play. Masculine people in business, feminine people in home, domestic life will come into play and be around. Younger intelligence, so a lot of youthful people this year will be coming into more money and having more opportunity to put themselves out there into the world, as long as they use their studies wisely, invest their time and energy correctly, and don't do anything to shake up their stable foundation, and keep on making choices in honor of solidifying your sense of home, foundation, stability, etc. Like, you can't have all this stuff if you're not working hard on something and returning to the original intention every single day. So the Eight of Pentacles is a major hint here at how you can make this stuff possible, is by keeping it pure, like keeping the vessel really pure, not taking part in a lot of partying or drugs, alcohol, etc. Definitely avoid that. That will throw you off of all of this. I'm getting a very strong message to let everyone know who got this, that there could be some temptation or old habits that resurface that could totally throw you off. Do not fall victim to your own escape artist mentality. Don't try to rock the boat. Don't get too cocky with your money and stability and security. It will not be there for you if you choose to let it go because of your escapist mentalities. Getting that out of the way, if you do decide to continue to return every day, you know, to this intention of, I want to have a foundation, a home, I want to be happy, I want to cultivate a family, or family life is at least important to me, I'm healing any wounds surrounding family life, I'm starting to start savings accounts, I'm really taking my finances seriously, I'm making smart investments, I'm thinking about my future, the future of my home, the future of everyone around me, my health, my wellness, my ability to create a long-lasting material foundation for myself. And I'm willing to wait it out and make sure I'm making all the right choices. So you're returning to that in all of your decisions. You're not just going out and blowing off your responsibilities. The Eight of Pentacles comes in here because of Virgo Sun. That placement is able to captivate itself by taking all of its creative mechanisms and putting it into its work. So it's likely that your workplace, or what's bringing in money, will be something that actually inspires you creatively in some way, and makes you a master at your craft. So he's got his system down of making his coins, and he's just chipping away one by one until he becomes the most efficient version of himself, or of his craft. What am I trying to say? Until he gets into the most efficient workflow that he possibly can. So that is a lot about how you're going to be making your money. It's going to be through actually working. You're going to be more self-made this year. You're going to overcome old habits. Tests may arise, but they'll be pretty easy to pass because, like I said, again, everything is very obvious out in the open. Choices that you make will have obvious repercussions if you choose to make them. So nothing should seem too hard or too intuitive. Like, if you have something arise, the pros and cons are going to be very obvious unless you're an extremely delusional person. So lots of opportunity to make money and build a long-lasting foundation for home, family, etc. this year. It's going to be really awesome. The Hermit makes me think a lot of people are working on their own business, their own passion projects. I'm getting a very Aquarian vibe. Again, Hermit is ruled by Virgo. So these are very creative cards that are able to take all of the energy and the expanse of their experience and of their lives and channel it into an offering for the collective. Now, whether this is a social media account, being a great speaker in meetings, or leading a group activity in a way that, you know, captivates everyone in the group, this type of person is going to be able to easily integrate some of their at-home interests and some of the stuff they're picking up from their hobbies into their workflow. So again, you're going to be very inspired this year. You're going to probably feel the most, well, maybe not everyone, because there's probably going to be quite a bit of people that end up watching this, but you're probably going to have one of the most inspiring, on top of my game years with these cards. Again, having double Virgo though means like really not cutting any corners, really not blowing anything off, staying on top of everything, staying stable, avoiding any escape tactics, possible. Like, do not, again, like, don't party, don't overspend, don't try to escape right now. Just really stay present, because you'll be very surprised at how some of that tension that you experience and some of that turbulence in being such a hard worker actually contracts you forward big time. And I'm trying to kind of give it another visual. Some sort of pressure may happen, and you may feel like, wow, this is a lot and I'm not sure if I can handle it. But then that pressure forces you to create new coping mechanisms and new styles of how you're working that really work for you. You're discarding a lot of old things that are just not efficient. Friendships, people that waste your time, stuff like that is just kind of going down the drain this year, and it's no problem to watch it and even flush it further away. You know, really getting rid of any habits that have been standing in your way, and people that might waste your time. That's going to be a big part of keeping the money flowing in, keeping the workspace clean, keeping yourself clean, so that you can do this work and still have time for the fun and human activity. And also being in charge of things is very likely. I feel that you're going to have a lot of responsibility that you're able to keep up with, and you end up being very proud of yourself for being able to keep up with that stuff. So moving into your goddess cards, we have Transformation, the Butterfly Maiden, Bodies of Water, Sulis, Ostara, Fertility, and Abundanita, Prosperity. So obviously we're having a ton of growth that results in a harvest. We have fertility, prosperity, transformation, bodies of water. Bodies of water and fertility make me want to say that if anyone is trying to have a child this year, it's very in alignment. You'll have everything you need. It's very, the odds are ever in your favor, if you will. Butterfly Maiden, Transformation, says you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. Then we have Sulis, Bodies of Water, which says spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. Ostara, or Fertility, says it is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. And Abundanita, Prosperity, says the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. This timeline is definitely just shouting out to me that some of you are not expecting the level of success you're able to reach this year. Again, I'm feeling like a lot of inner child healing is going to come through that, like being like, wow, I really made it. I thought I had to be a certain level of qualified. I thought that someone was going to have to tell me that, you know, I needed this, this, and that. That permission isn't going to be there this year. No one's giving you permission. You are creating your own battlefield and your own war to fight. And that's great, because you get to be in charge. You get to tell yourself when to win. You get to tell yourself when it's time to take what you want. It's on your timing. Cashing out is from your bank account. You're not really asking anyone for permission. So don't worry about a cosign. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about the guidebook. Start writing your own guidebook. Prepare accordingly. Do all of your research that you can. Tend to your emotions, definitely, because this type of stuff definitely implies that there will be a lot of pressure and emotional, you know, rebounds. So whether things are going great or going hard, give yourself time to feel it and process it. Just because you can logically understand everything that happens this year when it comes to money, finances, and success, doesn't mean that your body, your inner child, and your emotional response is going to be on the same timing. So don't get all freaked out or overly dramatic when your emotions really kick in, good or bad. Just give yourself space. Give yourself alone time. That's going to help you return to the job in a much more efficient way anyways. You can't be, once you start getting all wound up, be careful to watch that. You don't want to be like working on your pentacles and you start messing up and chipping one after the other, and out of frustration you waste a bunch of time and energy. You want to know when to stop, take a break, and return with a fresh set of hands to really get the job done correctly and more efficiently. Plus, carving out time for yourself is very important. Sexuality is a big inspiration for you this year. Getting in touch with your inner feminine ability to receive, ask for what you want, be very open and clear and radiant and out there and able to express what you really want, but also having the boundaries of what you don't want is going to make you feel very clear and inspired. So paying attention to the sexuality piece is going to actually reverberate into your ability to manifest, because it overall makes you a more creative, able to focus person when that part of your life is under wraps. Fertility, again, whatever you're really wanting, the rabbits, sexuality, the colorfulness, like there's going to be a lot of self-expression via the body and how you decorate the body. And again, if you're wanting to conceive, this is kind of the year for you. And then the prosperity is like all the payoff, all the rewards, abundantia. I've always called her Abundanita, but it looks like her name is Abundantia. Okay. So the universe is pouring abundance out. So just other little things will happen. Lots of little opportunities, people, chance meetings. The color orange is really standing out here. So keeping the color orange at your desk, things like that. And even maybe, you know, working with your altar a little bit with some of these goddesses could be a good idea if you want to research them. So then in the Butterfly Maiden, you are experiencing enormous change, which this card makes me feel like there is more of a kind of like a pain maybe associated with some of you right now, but that's coming out on the other side. You're kind of still in the slime of the cocoon, and those wings are drying and you're getting ready to take flight, and most of this will start to make sense. And then to close out your reading, I have the solar eclipse, revolution, and Taurus I have. So again, a lot of this fire, orange energy in the solar eclipse. The sun is behind the earth, and the earth is being pulled by these two forces. So you're really able to take your moon and your sun, which is your external and your internal, your home life and your work life, and be that gravitational centerpiece of the two. It's a very magnetic, self-mastery, Aries-esque time for you, which is beautiful. You're getting a lot of stuff up and off the ground. And then Taurus is coming in our second house of material and possession, and Taurus being associated to Venus. There's plenty of love and safety and comfort. And that number 14, temperance, sobriety, is there to support you, keeping you grounded and stable and open to the receiving forces of the universe. So you are here to collaborate with the universe this year. Be open to her tides of change, but also stay grounded so that you can actually feel when she's reaching out to you. And with that, we have deck 1, pile 1 done. All right, deck number 2, time to get started. We have our beautiful moonstone, palmstone. And to start off the reading, we're going to go into tarot. Then we have some astrology and some goddess cards that are going to accompany you. So let's see what we got. Ace of Wands, 3 of Swords, Temperance, the Emperor, Queen of Pentacles, and 4 of Wands. Okay, we have some duality here. So in terms of your career, finance, and money things going on, there definitely are going to be some major rewards that are accompanied by a little bit of initiational loss, if you will. So Ace of Wands being here lets me know that masculine energy, creative force, fire, self-assertion, the need to channel something and be of service, this beacon of light for a team of people, to create, to collaborate. All those things are kind of our keys here. And then the 3 of Swords right off the bat is like, and you have to open your heart. You cannot let your fear of collaboration, your escapism, your need to get out and get away from everyone, stop you from your collaboration. Collaboration is going to be a big key for you here. Taking care of your body and taking self-initiative and doing what you love is very important. So what I mean by that is, if you want to be the boss and come out of the gates hot and keep your inspiration in a solid flow, you have to also take care of your vessel and your body, and you can't be raising your voice at yourself or being overly mean and temperamental to yourself or others in situations that need to be kept, more internal for you. Like maybe you have some stuff that you have to work through before you can reconcile certain work-like relationships or create new things with the people that you're going to need to create with. Again, temperance being here makes me feel like you'll be blessed with travel. You'll be blessed with like, wow, expansive opportunities. But all this fire energy just makes me want to get it out of the way, this warning of don't go too hard and hurt yourself and others. So I still feel like there is this sense of letting your sensitivities or your hurts be a source of not being kind or being somewhat unprofessional. And that's not okay, and it's time to look at any patterns that are standing out to you. When I say that, whether they're totally related to that matter or not, I feel that there's a red button that needs to be pressed before we can access more medicine here. Because your intuition is very right. You're a very intuitive person. You're very able to know what you want, go after it, ask for help when you need it. You know what you need, but I think sometimes you might not totally respect your need for quiet time and space because you exhaust yourself, and instead of just actually taking the time to rest when you're exhausted, you implode or explode. So you might hurt the people around you or yourself unknowingly. You might try to escape. You might interject. You might interrupt. So just be very mindful that those personality traits and character defects are not unrelated to your money and your finances and your career and your job. And I think that just needs to be clear. So I feel that we've discussed that enough. But also an intense decalcification will happen through periods like that. So you've probably already had a couple of experiences that you felt something was taken away from you, and now you kind of have to fight for yourself. You have to get out there and get in it. You have an extreme polarity, if you will. You know what it's like to feel very empty-handed, so now you fight to feel full-handed, and that can be a very internal struggle for you that people don't realize hurts you as much as it does. And if anything happens this year that feels that way, where you lose something, don't worry. It is going to be coming back tenfold for you. I feel tons and tons of good karma. I feel a lot of underdog energy. I feel that you're going to get opportunities to collaborate with big names. I do feel slight hints of fame, recognition, validity, well-knownness, fire paying off, and really getting you to the place you've always wanted to be. You have a lot of potential, and a lot of fun things are coming your way. And I think that big warning was kind of like to keep you out of trouble in a way, not let your emotional work slip or your ego get in the way and hurt you or someone else. So keep your loved ones close. Having that stability in that home life this year is actually going to keep you sane and safe. So don't just discard any of that just because you start doing really well. Travel, lots of like content-y type of places are in the future. Heightened sexuality, increased ability to attract and magnetize, and the body being a huge teacher. Anytime the body starts to hiccup or have a problem, it totally is related to whatever's happening and puts you in a new position that you need to be in. So listen to the body. I'm seeing dark, still, silent meditations being very important, almost like medical sessions with yourself, intuitive medical sessions, being able to really hear what your body's telling you and then following those instructions that day, stretching, etc. There's a lot of routine that's going to help you get into a flow where you meet the right circumstances to help you really heighten and maximize your efficiency in your career this year. Then Four of Wands being our last one is like, you make it. You totally make it. You totally get what you want. That fire pays off. Again, so a lot of stuff was there. I see working with people being like a major teaching zone. I've already kind of talked about that. Again, being careful not to interject so much, maybe challenge yourself to not interrupt people and to take more of a listening role, but to then also give yourself plenty of time to not listen and just be with yourself and listen to yourself and express yourself and paint and do things that are just fun to you, so that you don't feel like explosive or high-strung or implosive when you have to be social, because you are a very sensitive creature and you do require more attention from yourself than you give most of the time. So also a little bit of patience here with the Queen of Pentacles. It's like, just wait. Some stuff is coming in, things that you are trying to rush and don't think are worth it or possible are totally in alignment. Moving into your Goddess cards, I think this will give us a little bit more clarity. We have Diana, focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target and you will make your mark. Pele, divine passion, be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Sedna, infinite supply, you are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. And our Akira, blossoming, you are just getting started, so have patience with yourself in the process and do not give up. Also, lots of purple here, so I would definitely say purple and red are huge colors for you. And also with the Temperance, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles next to the Emperor, and the Ace of Wands, I want to just go ahead and say that love is going to be a major arena of prosperity, success, and abundance. So if you can collaborate with people you have a romantic relationship with, or if you're looking for romance, those things are very tied this year. Money and romance are super tied. If you can ask for what you want and carve out the space to do what you want and bring other people along and have patience for them and teach them your process, you're very, very likely to make some sort of mark and money off of that process. I know that that is a confidence like thing to do that, to ask for help and to bring someone that you really like in on your projects, and it takes a lot of trust in a lot of ways to do that, but that's a great way for you to not only create a new bond and learn some new lessons about yourself professionally, but also to create this like kind of dreamy circumstance. There are a lot of opportunities between you and people that you love. Again, collaboration's important. Don't think you're going to get let down, and don't go back to your old ways. I think that I was kind of harsh in the beginning, but I'm starting to feel that maybe you know, you've just never seen it be this good that it's going to be, and you do kind of need to get poked a little bit so that you can wake up and then get fired up and be ready to fight for yourself, so that when that moment comes, you actually realize, oh, it's not fighting for myself, it's just actually being present for the feelings that are to come. And that heartbreak and that feeling of being left out in the cold or not having exactly what you want is actually driving you to create a stronger bond between you and your lover or your friend that you want to collaborate with, like anyone that you need to reconcile with, and anyone you already have a strong bond with. Don't worry about it. This is all pushing you towards a very connected future together, and people are not going to let you down the way you think that they are. And you have every right to show up unapologetically, but don't be too brutal or vulgar in the act of doing that. And it's okay if you have been, you're healing that this year. So through times where you feel unproductive, where you feel like you're not doing enough. It's okay. Just keep going, keep chugging along. I'm seeing a train. You're on the right track. You're just kind of at a brief, you know, you're just kind of at this steady pace. You're on the right track. You're just maybe not used to going at one speed for a prolonged amount of time, and that might drive you up the wall, but it's okay. Spirit's totally guiding you, and just be open to collaborating with the universe. She doesn't operate on your schedule, you operate on hers, and honoring that feminine relationship to the universe of being the one with the open hands and the empty vessel and being filled up by her and her blessings is going to be a major, major teaching of self-respect and self-honoring and boundaries and beauty and sexuality and creativity and all those things this year. Meaning that will, honoring that relationship will help you in all those areas, which is where I think that our Akira blossoming kind of comes in. Like, you may not have the full vision. You're working on your rough draft, and you'll be surprised this rough draft might take a longer time than you want it to, but then you turn that in, and every time the next draft gets shorter and shorter and shorter and more dialed in and more perfect. And if you're working on a website, a team, you want to build a team, you want to make collaborations happen, don't worry. That's totally in the works for you. It just takes more than your prior self thought that it would. So definitely keep that focused intention. Diana, very high priestessy. Don't get off track. Don't get off this bus. Don't get off this train. Make it all the way to the end so you can actually see what this fire's been cooking for you. You know, with the temperance and all that, I really want to say, if there's anyone out there that struggles with addiction, mental illness, ED, anything like that, just keep your eyes open. Stay with yourself and don't be too hard on yourself or any of that. And I know I don't really need to say don't be too hard on yourself, but do anything you can to keep on an upward motion, or at least not walking back. And you will have the rewards you've been waiting for, and there is assurance for you there. Nice. Yes. Lots of good stuff here. Again, things are really going to pay off. I keep getting the word fame even is coming in. So you're going to be recognized and making money in ways that you never knew you could. Your struggle is for a purpose. But don't get too arrogant or egotistical when things start happening and then throw it all away by trying to escape or cut people off or whatever. You know, just stay humble, stay true, stay in love, honor your friendships, honor your collaboration, stay in charge, keep your boundaries, have your alone time so that you can have a well-balanced life that's sustainable for you. I avoid, of course, moon inverse and the 6th house routine. So exactly, no more going off the rails, going off the handles. You've outgrown that. You know better now. You know better now. So don't do anything that you don't need to do. Just stay in your lane, stay on your routine, keep perfecting it. Butterfly effects, basic logic is going to provide you mundane reality. Every single decision, doing it right is all leading you in the grand scheme to a really, 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 really awesome place. And Spirit is so proud of you, and so am I. Sorry if I was a little harsh, but girl, you're full of fire. I think you just needed to hear it. So yeah, stay in your routine, keep perfecting it. Don't be going off the handle, spending your money, doing some BS. Just keep going. And if you do that, you will be so surprised at how much your patience and you showing up every day is going to pay off. You've never had anything like you've had this year. It's just been a dream, and now it's becoming a reality. So that's it for deck number 2. Moving on to deck number 3. Hello, deck number 3. Wow. Okay, I'm very excited. We have our beautiful orange calcite with you. I'm in a singing mood now because I'm 2 readings in. we're going to start off with our tarot, and then we'll go into our goddess cards and our astrology cards. So getting right into these babies. Sound effects and all for you. Let's see. Okay, I feel like that was almost symbolic for you, like you're getting things in order and looking around at everyone else like, oh, okay, it's time. We have Two of Swords, the Lovers, Knight of Wands, the Hierophant, Ten of Pentacles, and Nine of Cups for your fortune, career, finances, money, workflow, etc. So right off the back, Two of Swords and the Lovers. Kind of coming in to be like, if you're in a loving debate and you need to learn how to draw boundaries and you're starting to, you understand other people, and this could be in work, this could be out of work, but you got to get your personal relationships in a place of self-acceptance and understanding and open dialogue. Don't be keeping anything to yourself. The more you talk about people and what they do when they're not there, the more you're just playing yourself, because you're experiencing all that and they're not, and your niceness isn't doing anything but hurting you. Your niceness, you're talking behind people's back, your thinking, not speaking mentality is not helping anyone. It is totally prohibiting you from having certain experiences that are going to help your character development, which would then bleed right into your life. And I almost feel like I'm even seeing content here. This could have to do with like your ability to express yourself online, in your job. You need to start owning what you do a little bit more. And by doing that, you will have more respect for other people that own what they do. And you'll be taken more seriously by your audience. Or by the people or the peers or the work team that's around you, or in your home life. If people aren't respecting what you do, it's time to have a serious conversation and explain how important what you do is, and that maybe you need some help in terms of more quiet time, more space. You need a workspace. You need to set yourself up to be as serious as you want to be in the thing that you're trying to be serious at. So right off the bat, setting yourself up for success is more than you think. It's in the way you talk. It's in the way your home is operating, maybe making some changes here and there. They don't even have to be that major. These things don't tend to be right out in the open. They're embedded in our everyday lives. So just make changes wherever you can, one by one conversation at a time, one move of a rock at a time, and this will build up over this year and totally change your workflow and your feelings inside. I'm feeling like my spine needs to be stretched, like you've been slacking a little bit on that part and trying to stay in your lane, but staying in your lane is keeping you quiet and small and unstretched out, and you need to sprawl out, get your fingers in the mud and feel around and start digging and see what's there for you to pull up and feel and experience. So the good, the bad, all of it, just take it in, explore it, be verbal, have conversations, express yourself, ask for help, tell people how you feel, and that will change a lot. Ding ding ding. Okay, Knight of Wands is like, that part is like, there's so much buildup and fear around the confrontations of things for you, and you have these ideas and you think, oh my god, like I'm ready to do it. It takes you 2 months to get ready to do it, and then next thing you know, you do it and you're a professional. You're like a great person. You're at it. You don't even have it nearly as much of a hindrance as you thought. It's not nearly as hard as you thought. You're able to get into that flow very easily. You have structures and systems and things that you've been building up and preparing mentally with that are going to actually come into play. So whether it's subscriptions that you've bought in the past, books you've read in the past, people you've met, things you've thought about, ideas, courses you've taken, courses you've thought about making, products you thought about making, all that is going to come into play in the future. So give it around March, April, and you'll be like, oh my god, This is a lot easier. I actually know a lot more about this than I thought I did. So I'm feeling that people in this one are probably having some passion projects that will start to pay off a little bit and start to become a part of their everyday life a little bit more. Those conversations don't arise as much because you just have them and then it's done and then things change for you. Then we have the Hierophant, meaning you get really grounded. Knight of Wands and the Hierophant are both kind of loved by society and trusted by system structures, patriarchy, etc. So it's almost like you're starting something that's going to fly right through society and land where it needs to land and start embedding itself, gaining roots, magnetizing what it needs. It's a total flower of a business or passion project that you have right now. Just keep going. Keep staying grounded. You know exactly what it is you want. You just got to work through these small barriers. You got to plant the seed in the soil so the other cultures can recognize you as a part of their ecosystem. And then the sun will be there the next day for that seed to, start blossoming into a sprout, and that'll keep happening every day. You got to show up with a structure. The Hierophant, stay determined. Do not give up. Be that graze, or like be that grazer, the one who tries everything, goes through all their tactics, stays on it every day, and next thing you know, huge payoff. 10 of Pentacles puts you in a spot. 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. This is major payoff. This is like the wish card and the wealth card right by each other. So if you can get through these little blocks, this is spirit putting you through some stuff to get your character right. So your character is ready for that level of literal fortune, success, that will be so good that you won't even want to do any work in a way. Like, your work is going to be fun. So you just got to get through these little tests of character so that it strengthens you, so that you have the necessary tools to hold space for wealth and the dreams that you want, the recognition, the validation that you want, the ability to travel, kick back, share your wealth with your family, start a family even. So this is really good. Just put yourself out there verbally. Don't hide anymore, and you've got it in the bag. And really avoid any drama, any like shit talking, any like crap talking cannot fly. You got to just be out in the open, clear. You're a clear communicator. You take a loving ability to just take space for yourself when you're upset or frustrated or not getting it, and then you come out and you say, I see you, I honor you, I want to know how we can do this together and collaborate. And that ends up being very awesome. It's a great spread to start your year with. I don't even feel like I need to say that much more about those cards. We have Irene, peace, there's no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. The baby's standing out and the grapes are standing out. They're both purple. So yeah, I think that a baby could be in your future. There's dolphins in the background, lots of higher knowledge, spiritual stuff, crystals, babies, the color purple, all very important. I'm feeling like that the people that chose 3 are very intuitive people, very psychic people, very tapped in. Okay, we have Coventina, purification. It's time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. Again, I think this kind of has to do with the talking piece, really only speaking things into existence that are truthful, of your highest and best, and don't waste your breath, talking about anyone unless you're talking directly to them. And also stay on your path of cleansing. It is going to be required of you in the future. You're really solidifying that right now, but it's going to be a huge part of your future. So if any of you are, sober or refraining from anything or out of a relationship or any of that stuff, just stay like that. Don't be going back. Too much good stuff's coming in the future. You don't need to have to get rid of something as soon as you don't need it anymore. Or you don't, as soon as you get it back, you're going to have to, just get rid of it. So don't go back to any old BS type of things. Lots of this cleansing is for a very long held, sustainable purpose in the future. It may feel like you've been waiting, but don't worry. You'll need it long term. the waiting is nothing compared to the amount of payoff and long-lasting stuff that's coming to you in the future. We have aim, leap of faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. That speaks for itself. Some unconventional stuff is coming for you. Green Tara, start delegating. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself. This is good. This is an opportunity to start collaborating, asking people how they can be of service to you rather than how you can be of service to them. You do a lot for your community. You are recognized by your community. You just got to start claiming it a little bit more. Definitely work with Green Tara. And then as for your astrology cards, we have Sagittarius inversed. I see number 21. This is just telling me that you aren't all the way there yet. You're very close, but you're just not all the way there yet. This year, you're going to get, you know, a lot of the things up, running, and in reality that you've been wanting to see. But it's an ongoing process, so just, you know, don't live your whole life in 1 year, essentially. So don't worry. You're going to have tons of opportunity to explore and stay busy this year, and it's going to keep going throughout your life. So just have that in mind. You're doing your life's work, and you don't need to get it all done every day. You can do a little bit, divvy it up so that you don't get overrun and ruin this cleansing time. You know, just stay present. Meditation, a little pause is super useful to you right now. Then you have North Node, life's purpose. So you've cleared a lot of your karmic debt. Again, you've been cleansing all that stuff, just kind of getting a few things wrapped up in the first, 4 to 6 months. And I think by July, you're going to have such a fiery, passionate, I'm getting relationship, I'm getting new beginnings, I'm getting mass life shifts also. So big things are coming your way that you're not expecting. You're kind of still in the dark, and something big and bright is totally coming. I see a heart, see a person shining their heart open in this. You're just paying off the last of these little things and getting the last things wrapped up in your character so you can hold space for those big blessings coming in the future. So overall, the personal work is super tied to the professional work. I think chance opportunities and travel and things like that are going to alter your path a little bit for you. Working with gods and goddesses and spirituality is very important. Your sexuality is going to come major into play in, the rest of the year. So, yeah. So that is our group 3, deck 3, pile 3 reading. I hope that served you, and I can't wait to hear about it in the comment section.